This is the story of a woman whose courage and wisdom turned away death, saved her household, and changed her destiny. Her name was Abigail, a woman whose intelligence and grace melted the anger of a warrior and brought peace when destruction was only moments away. Long ago, before Israel had a great palace or crowned kings ruling from Jerusalem, a young man named David was on the run. He had been chosen by God to one day be king, but at this time, he lived in the wilderness leading a group of loyal men, hiding from the jealous King Saul who wanted him dead. While David and his men were in the desert, they often protected local farmers and shepherds from raiders and thieves. They never took what wasn't theirs, they simply kept peace in the land. One of the wealthy farmers they protected was a man named Nabal. Nabal was rich, very rich. He owned thousands of sheep and goats. His name meant fool, and unfortunately, he lived up to it. He was harsh, arrogant, and selfish. He didn't treat people kindly, even his workers knew it. But his wife Abigail was the exact opposite. She was known for her wisdom, calm spirit, and beauty. One day, David heard that Nabal was shearing his sheep at the time of harvest and celebration. It was customary then to share food and blessings with those who had helped you during the year. So David sent some of his men to greet Nabal in peace. They carried a polite message. "We protected your shepherds. We took nothing from you. Please give us whatever you can spare." But instead of responding with gratitude, Nabal exploded with insults. He said mockingly, "Who is this David? Why should I give my bread and meat to someone I don't even know?" When David's men returned with the message, his heart burned with anger. He strapped on his sword and ordered 400 men to follow him. He said, "Every man in Nabal's house will be dead by morning." Destruction was coming. Back at Nabal's house, one of the servants heard what had happened. He ran to Abigail and told her everything: how David's men came peacefully, how Nabal insulted them, and how disaster was about to fall on their household. Abigail didn't panic. She didn't waste time blaming her husband. She immediately took action. She gathered what she could: 200 loaves of bread, wine, roasted grain, raisins, and 5 prepared sheep. She loaded them on donkeys and set out to meet David before he reached them. As she rode through the valley, her heart must have been pounding. She was heading toward an angry man, a warrior ready for vengeance. But she had one weapon: wisdom. When Abigail saw David, she quickly got down from her donkey and bowed before him. With deep humility, she said, "My lord, please let me speak. Pay no attention to my husband Nabal. His name means fool, and foolish he is. Please forgive me and accept these gifts. The Lord will make you a great ruler because you fight his battles. Don't let this foolish act cause you to shed blood without reason." Every word was gentle yet strong. It spoke truth without accusation. It appealed to David's conscience and destiny. And in that moment, David stopped. The fire in his heart cooled. He looked at this brave, wise woman standing before him, and he said, "Praise be to the Lord who sent you to meet me today. You have kept me from bloodshed. Go home in peace. I have heard your words and granted your request." Abigail's wisdom saved her family that day. Abigail returned home to find Nabal hosting a wild party, drunk and laughing. She didn't tell him what had happened until the next morning when he was sober. When she told him his foolishness almost cost him his life, his heart failed him. He froze like a stone. 10 days later, Nabal died. When David heard about it, he said, "Praise be to the Lord who has upheld my cause and kept me from doing wrong." David then sent messengers to Abigail, asking her to become his wife. And the wise, humble woman who once rode into danger became the wife of the man who would soon be king. The story of Abigail is more than ancient history. It's a reminder of what true wisdom looks like in action. Let's look at what we can learn from her. 1. Wisdom can save lives. When emotions are high, a calm mind can see clearly. Abigail's wisdom saved her entire household. 2. Humility is power. She didn't confront David with pride or fear, she approached him with grace. Her humility softened his anger. 3. You don't have to match someone's foolishness. Nabal acted with arrogance, but Abigail chose peace. Sometimes, the greatest strength is refusing to react the same way. 4. Timing matters. Abigail waited until morning to speak to her husband when his mind was clear. Wisdom knows when to speak and when to stay silent. 5. God honors peacemakers. Because of her courage and wisdom, Abigail's life changed completely. She became part of a greater destiny, married to a future king. Her story shows that no act of wisdom or kindness goes unnoticed by God. Abigail's story is a mirror for all of us. In a world filled with conflict, pride, and anger, we need more Abigail's, people who can think clearly, speak gently, and bring peace instead of destruction. She reminds us that true beauty is not just in appearance but in character, courage, and wisdom under pressure. So the next time someone's foolishness stirs your anger, stop. Remember Abigail. Remember the power of a calm, wise heart. May God give us the spirit of calmness and wisdom in the midst of chaos. Now I want to hear from you. What's one piece of wisdom that helped you avoid a bad situation? Type your answer in the comments, and let's share stories that inspire peace, courage, and wisdom just like Abigail's.